से भी अधिक गांव की तरफ से मैं आप सबका अभिनंदन करता हूँ। Greetings from 6 lakhs plus villages of India. Last year, which is 2014, I went around to schools, colleges, institutes, corporates, asking them to give me some 10, 12, 15 days in a year. Why you could have your party or picnic or holiday, but you could do something for us, people living in rural India. 2015 is no different, except that I'm trying to now set an agenda as to what people will do when they will land up in a village, or why should they at all go to a village. And I hope you all have had your lunch and all ready, and lunch was good. I always know that when we eat food, have our breakfast, wear clothes, one person who's missing from our radar is that farmer who's actually grown it. I've never met anybody who comes across and says, "Thank you, farmer." Nobody says, "Thank you, farmer," just because they bought it. Had they not paid for it, maybe they would have remembered us. We make everything for you. Clothes, food, wood, medicine, name it, milk, egg. We send everything across. And we keep hoping something will come back to us also. It does, but not the way we want it. Anyway, so 2015 is going to be, our focus is on technology. And when I'm saying technology, I'd like to take you to the technology which we understand. So if you have had an exposure to anybody working in a farm or a field, and you would have seen them using an implement, which is a kurpi or a hawra, I don't know what the English means for that. That's technology to me. Whoever invented them, so with the lack of name, you say need invented them. And if you look at the way it is made, so one blacksmith or one army smith in a village would have made it. And they would have taken it to a carpenter to put a handle into it. And probably they would have learned it among themselves how to use it. And if it goes wrong, it can be repaired there only. So you make something which is made there, repaired there, used there. I mean, I don't want an Android app. I have enough Android app here. So, I mean, people send Android apps that will send you a machine which will tell you about the weather in the rural market. So I'm not really sure what we will do that. So I want something which can be used. And let's start by simple things like a house. So during our off season, we used to make our houses with either brick or bamboo, and then put soil onto it and put thatched roof. Now trees are less. People who do that art how to thatch have also reduced. Is there a technology by which we can make our own houses cheaper, not your brick ones? Even if you say brick ones, then can you give me a technology which will help use non-agriculture soil to make bricks? Now, there's a major problem which we are having these days. We're getting these huge roads which have been taken from the agriculture land. I mean, roads you can't say no to. So we allow the farmer to take it. And the moment a road is made, then they start taking the land around the road also. So for some buildings or for some school and whatnot, or expanding the city. And when those areas are marked, then again the buildings are made out of bricks, which is agriculture soil. So every year, if we keep losing so much of agriculture soil, and on top of that, 9 or 10% of farmers stop getting into agriculture, then we've got to think. Because food is something you can't grow here. It will have to be grown there. So we need some government policies that agricultural land cannot be wasted. It's not something, I still remember in a village, an old man gave me a handful of soil and asked me, can you make this into a lab? And we couldn't answer because it takes years to make soil. So we need to understand that. We need a structure of housing. Most often we start jumping on somebody telling us that we need a toilet or we need a bathroom. But before that, we need a water supply system. We have that. It's not that we didn't have it. Good old days, if you were looking at any architectural excavations, you will find, or old maps, you will find there was a system of water flow, and we still have water systems, but we lost it as we've expanded it. So we need something to do with water, especially drinking water. The urban solutions which are sent to us, they don't suit us. Because right now we have these huge RO plants which have been set up in the villages. Now you have RO plants in your houses also. It must be dripping some extra water, waste water as you call it. So what they are also doing, they are pulling out water from my soil, which is about 2,600 GDS, doing their gizmoing into it. And to make 1 liter, they also have a waste 5 liter. Which TDS, the salinity of that water is about 4,000 or 5,000. And then they don't know what to do with that water, so they are putting it back into the same soil, which is again destroying the soil. Soil is something to preserve, to conserve, not to be destroyed. So we need solutions which are, I keep asking my friends in technology, though all the engineers these days move to management and go ahead with this. So, can there be something which I can put in front of the hand pump, which will have a layer of a charcoal, a lime or lemon, and every time that water is sent, it filters it. Okay, not 100%, 90%, 85%. Some technology which we can manage ourselves. We don't need somebody, I don't need a call center to say dial 1 for repair, 2 for this, 3 for that. No. Something which I can do it myself. So I need some technology to clean water. We need technology at grassroots level, and I keep trying to explain this to people, that 60% of people, or even farmers, if I have to go on that level, are less than 2-acre land holding farmers, which means they have no access to these things. And if 60% of people do not have much land, or they are working as a land labor, our programs should be focused on those, not on the bigger guys. Because first we need to feed them so that they can feed us. So we need programs for those basic hands and agriculture processes. Like, can a guy with just a hut to live survive of his own? So we are saying, okay, we were saying just the hut means what? There is some space. So we are asking him, okay, why don't you grow some vegetables in a gunny bag? You fill it with soil, keep it next to your house, and you make a boundary also, you will have some food also. At least if you are not going to buy or sell, you will save some money which you would have spent in buying. And you will get some healthy nutrients. So it's a benefit both the ways. So we are looking at things which can be used at that level. Now it serves the purpose of the marketeers also. Unless this population has money, what are you going to sell? Everybody keeps telling me bottom of pyramid, so many people, you got a huge market. But somebody has to cultivate this market also. We need to make them strong, strengthened financially, physically, to be a consumer, or to be a good citizen, or to be of use to this soil, nation, and humanity. So if house is one, water is second, nutrition is third, and fourth, which I really wonder why we have not been able to do it, is education. Say a lot of you can put in basic technology, in providing primary education. Primary education is a must. And how do you do that? I mean, somebody says, oh, we have a dropout rate or this rate. Okay, adjust all that. I mean, if it needs to be a 1 hour evening school, I'm okay with it. I mean, there is no science which says that everybody has to spend 7 hours in a school. There is no that much of teaching going around. So simplified versions, we asked for some IT help, so we got some help, but then it is interactive. You know, you need a mouse or a click or a touch. We don't have those kind of equipments, but we can manage a television like this, where you just plug in and some story is played and you can hear. So can we get technology to help us do primary education? Unless you go there and see it, you will not be able to feel the pain which we see every day. And we try and revive it and reach out to people like you, that we need to focus on rural. And why? Because whoever made this earth, whoever made this whole Srishti, so to say, started with a unit. One unit, which is one cell. Unless you do your planning on a unit base, which is the village, and take it from there, it's not going to survive. Our plans have to be village-based plans. Individual village will have to plan for its own, and that's what, in some manner, Gandhiji said Swaraj, which is Swaraj. We will look after what we have. So the unit-based planning method has to come back into the system. Each village will have its own kind of needs, and we need to cooperate. We need to go to them, reach out to them, and help them. Simply because of the fact that we won't be able to add value. A CA can go and help them understand on savings, on bookkeeping, on trade, on ROI. A doctor can do 10 days there. An agriculturist, engineers, everybody has a scope of things. But how can you help increase our productivity, increase our source of livelihood, increase how to live better methodologies on that soil. Complex situations, difficult situations, I also understand emotions. I mean, after studying so much, paying so much of money, spending so much of time, asking somebody to go back to a village, live in not livable conditions is a little bit lousy. But what options do we have? We got to make our people learn, survive, and unless we do something for them, how will that equation move up? So we need people from schools, colleges, institutes, technical hands, and technology to come and give us a push so that rural shines. Unless rural economy gets stable, it's very difficult for people to make this country establish as a solid economy. It will have its own needs, and set formulas don't work. I try and explain this to people. They were saying that you will train people for health care kind of a thing. And you look at the syllabus, it's about how to push a cart or how to push a wheelchair or how to fix this. The rural emergencies are very different. A dog bite, a snake bite, a fire, fall from the tree. I need a guy to be trained for that. Where is the hospital anyway to move? We're trying to make an ambulance. It's not that it's something new, you find on net, thousands of them. We're trying to move ambulance which can be fixed on a cycle. 2 cycles can carry somebody. We don't even have basic methods of transporting a patient. Most of the patients die because they could not reach medical help in time. Now we need I recently visited one of the primary health centers and I found a hemoglobin measuring chart, which is like a plotting paper, and by the color of that you can make out. You need technology like that, which can be preserved, used, recreated within that atmosphere. So we're going around villages asking people what your problems are, and then people like me coming to you, asking you that if you could help. So this time around 2015 is a time when we are looking for rural technologies. If you will find, we are innovating a lot of stuff ourselves. Maximum of agricultural innovation has happened by people who do agriculture. Scientists have only made it better. But basic innovation has happened by us only. So we need people to come, contribute, and help rebuild the whole system, which will strengthen our power. So with housing, water, health, sanitation, education, some basic things is what we need. And this will bridge even the distance of migration which is happening. People will start working at their own places. Because if everybody starts coming to town for employment, believe me, even you won't have a better life. Because suddenly these places will be crowded. More crowded than what you're seeing it today. More vehicles than what you're seeing it today. But unless people go back from here and start growing food, milk, vegetables, what will we eat here? The whole question is about food. We cannot afford people getting out of agriculture, and especially the 60% of farmers who do not own land, or less than 2 acres of land. So that's my summation. I keep coming to you guys wherever I go. Give me 10 days, give me 15 days, give me your technology, give me your hand. You've got to have rule, and not in your mind, in your heart.